there's always some kind of hiccup. So we got this van. If you know anything about Sweden, you know Gothenburg is on the west side, Borås is kind of an hour from there, and then Stockholm, if you keep driving east, is another 4 hours. So we had to wake up at 5 in the morning, drive this van, switch the van out, and because there's 4 of us, our stuff doesn't fit in one vehicle, so we had to get 2 rental cars. We packed up, made sure Joey and Hannah were up and ready to go, packed up the cars, and then we headed east to Stockholm. Skellefteå, last time I was there was 2015, and when I was there I stayed in the city center, and this time I was in an Airbnb, 3 minutes from the disc golf course, perfect, and about 10 minutes from the city center. So it was cool, I got to see a lot more, drove a lot more, and then the course has changed quite a bit. It was fun to get out there. It was a short trip. This was the shortest trip of all of them. I've played this course back in 2015, and they have made some tweaks and changes to it. The property is the exact same, very well designed course, and probably if I had to pick one up to this point to go back and play a tournament at, it was this one. We got to Stockholm. It was a real challenge to get to our hotel. We did a few circles, but we made it. Super boring. Like driving through Peoria, Illinois. But we ended up staying next to Old Town in a really nice Hilton hotel. Cannot complain about that. And it was pouring rain pretty much the entire drive for us. And then we ended up finding a break in the rain, and we were able to go get some dinner. Yeah, that was about it for day one. We were exhausted from all the travel. And we were so close to the Old Town that we just walked over the bridge and took a little stroll through the town. Unfortunately, a lot of the stores were closed, so we didn't get to experience those, but we were still able to find some ice cream and look at some, some window shopping. But we had fun plans ready for Tuesday. Tuesday morning, first thing in the morning, now that the weather was clearing up, we ended up going to Järva Disc Golf Center, which I have played it in its prime. Joey was beyond excited, but actually before we went to Järva, on our way to Järva, we stopped at McBeth, which if you know McBeth, they're the golf clothes that I love to wear. Pants, shirts, belts, hats, all of it. They're based out of Stockholm, Sweden, so went and did a little tour of their facility, and they're just a startup company still with, like I said, my favorite golf clothes. So we had the privilege of going there, meeting Eric and his crew, and just seeing what they got going on. Also got a sneak peek into some concepts they have coming out. Yeah, it was super cool to see their warehouse. It's very similar to like a disc golf store startup. You're kind of starting in the basement and just growing your business, and then you can have one thing just be a hit and your business just grows 10 times, or you can continue that slow growth and holding control of your business. And yeah, it's super cool. So they're obviously a golf company. They're not in disc golf. There's my F-type. So, one day once they get to where they want to be, the size they want to be, we'll see if they dive into disc golf more.
I asked what their market was, like gender-wise, like male and female clothes. 45% of their market is women. That's almost 50%. That's insane. That's really cool. So I'm really excited.
And then after that, we probably spent close to an hour there. We went to Järva, but it was still a great time to go out there, knock it off the bucket list. Had a great time with Hannah and Billy there as well. We were also able to eat there, which their food is absolutely delicious. I didn't actually have the Bistro McBeth burger, which these two did, and they said, "This is the best burger I've had in Europe." That's what Joey said.
I also said
Maybe the best burger I've had in my life. That might have. He might not have said that, but got a little bit of history on where the course and everything is at now, which, yeah, they don't have the same course that it used to be, but the facilities they have are way better than they've ever been, from pro shop to food to all the above, and hopefully they can get that land that they're trying to get and make Järva what it should be. So we'll see if that happens, but that was a fun time. And then we went back to the hotel because this travel has been crushing us. Yeah, that was our time in Stockholm, and we ended up having to pack up because we both had moderately early flights on Wednesday. Wednesday came, Joey and I flew out. Hannah and Billy got stuck in Stockholm. Their flight got canceled as soon as we dropped our rental cars off. Well, I'm sweaty because we just had to walk the whole airport. Didn't even run, we just had to walk the entire airport. And we missed our gate time. Our flight was supposed to leave at 8:10. I think it's 8:15 now. And we didn't have to rush because we can't even board until the people in wheelchairs get here. So I walked heavily for no reason, and Joey ran. Because I had to take my shoulder strap off of this bag because they wanted me to check it, and I said it fits in the thing, and look, it fits in the thing. And then I had to carry it with no shoulder strap the whole way, so my arm is dead. But we made the flight, I guess. So there's that. We were in Stockholm this whole time.
Oh, just had fun. I heard the weather was awful in Skellefteå, so everything's fine. I'm having some issues, like the whole day, everything going, like, there's a lot of things going on, I don't know.
We have a model on the plane, a famous one. But it all worked out. They got back home the next day, got their hotels covered. It was, my guess is it was short staffed because they just canceled the flight altogether. So unfortunate for them, but they made it home, all that. And Joey and I made it up to Skellefteå and got a rental car and went straight to the Airbnb. Actually, we got there around noon and we're like, hey, we messaged the host and they didn't respond. So we said, let's just see if our house is open, and sure enough it was. So we got in at like 11:30 and it was nice. Drop our stuff off, go straight, change, and go straight to the course. And if you know anything about Skellefteå or being up on latitude 64, the sun never really goes down. We got at least one practice round in on Wednesday. With that much light, I was gonna have plenty of time to get some practice in if the weather was okay. All right, we're leaving the course. We're getting destroyed by mosquitoes. Quick check-in. It's wet. It didn't rain on us, so that's the positive, but learned nothing.
Wow.
Dude, look at this. Mosquitoes everywhere. Unbelievable.
Skellefteå is a very small town in the northern part of Sweden. We are just below the Arctic Circle, and actually I think it's kind of funny that we started a disc golf, industry here.
We don't have polar bears, but we do have snow and cold weather for like 6 months at least. So we play disc golf for 5 months, and then it's indoor practice. My name is Kristoffer Segerstenen, born and raised here in Skellefteå. I'm the club manager for Skellefteå Disc Golf. For Skellefteå, I think it's medium-sized town. It's growing rapidly due to some industry development here. So for the last 1-2 years we have had a lot of internationals, guests or visitors to play. So it's a growing town, but still pretty small.
I'm Joakim. I'm from Skellefteå and I'm the main tournament director for Skellefteå Open. During the summer we got really long days. The light is up for, I would say, 16 to 18 hours. During the summer we can play a lot if we want, all day, all night.
I started when the course were opening, so back in 2003 or something, or when it was 18 holes finished. So disc golf has always been quite big in Skellefteå, I think, but still not that big in like a sport in Sweden or in the world. But still, from that, it's just have been growing for the last 20 years, along with the course and the facility. We got more space, more holes, a new clubhouse, things like that. So, yeah.
Hello, my name is Thomas Ekström. I live here in Skellefteå. I'm one of the founders of Latitude 64. Started as I was a kid back then. We had like I used to call it a youth teacher, which was like, we had like I believe it was a church. And we came to that church and we wanted something to do. You know, you can like play ping pong or pool or whatever. And that guy introduced us to like frisbee golf. And so we went from there. And the first, 10 years we had like a short 9-hole course. But I was so hooked, so I started to practice like 30 hours a week at least, at minimum. When I was 15, I won my first tournament in the open division, which was kind of cool because I was beating like 30, 40-year-old guys. I was so hooked, so I never looked back. I quit my hockey. I used to play hockey. I used to play other sports as well, but disc golf was the only thing I was thinking about.
Back in the 80s, they started with a course at the local church with our founder, Torbjörn Degerström. And then after a lot of years at the church, the course became like dangerous to play because we're throwing harder, faster, and it was just a 9-hole as well.
The short like 9-hole course we had around the church was too small, and it was like over like a playground, one of the holes. It was close to a bike lane, and so I was kind of feeling ashamed of the, hey, I'm the whatever Swedish champion. I was in the paper, and hey, come and play disc golf. We're gonna play on a playground, pretty much.
They needed a bigger property, and the new property that the tournament is running on now, it's actually the property they got, and they then went for like sticks in the ground to regular baskets.
Yeah, I think I designed it like 98 or something, the first 12 holes, and then it became 16 and 18, and we had kind of a plan. So 99 we should take over the land, and then we should like whatever, we did a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a great space and we worked a lot with it. It wasn't this nice when we started, so a lot of working hours, some paid but mostly unpaid, with volunteers and members and yeah, things like that.
By 2003 we wanted to have that clubhouse because that was, the community they had rented out. And we kind of followed that plan, and 2006 we built this place to expand the course because we wanted to have a tougher course to play on, because it's a pay-to-play course, and you have to have it like kind of easy. The yellow layout is quite easy for those coming and paying and play.
Every 3 to 5 years we look into to make some changes, not that many changes, but just slightly making the course tougher for the better players, not sacrificing the widespread people that use the course as a pay-and-play course.
So that's why we built this course. And now we have I think we have almost like 56 different holes combined. We have like separate layouts.
I've played this course back in 2015 and they have made some tweaks and changes to it. The property's the exact same. So the course is very challenging. Not a lot of hills or up and down terrain, but a lot of challenging shots and angles and tricky like mandos and OBs that you have to maneuver around while playing in the woods. So it was a unique challenge. I don't feel like I was fully prepared for, I guess, that kind, because like first day I was like, wow, I'm throwing so many distance drivers. And then the next time I practiced it, I was like, wait, these are all fairway shots. Why was I throwing distance drivers the day before? So I don't feel like I feel like I only got 1 day's worth of practice on that property, which I wish I could have gotten more, could have dialed in my bag a little bit more in the shots I needed, but sometimes that happens. So course was just a unique challenge because, like I said, a lot of the course we've been playing have been a lot of up and down, terrain and things like that, and rocky. This one didn't really have that. A little bit flatter, had very cool water features that really made the shots challenging. And yeah, it really challenged backhand, forehand, scrambles, all that. So very well designed course, and probably if I had to pick one up to this point to go back and play a tournament at, it was this one.
Because when I was designing most of the holes we have here, was back in '99 when we had like speed 6 discs, and then it was tough. It was a tough course. And then when we extended it 2006, it still was. Then it was kind of tough, but it was still too short, I would say. I mean, the landing zones were like 100 meters perhaps. So this time we went on and wanted to upgrade the course, and we were looking for like a landing zone on 120, 130, 140 meters. The whole property is based around natural OBs. If you shank your drive, you're in trouble, and you have to be creative. And that's the whole idea. I really don't like to have miles and miles of ropes just to create a good course. And I think we have succeeded with that. It's a pretty tough course.
Every shot has to count. Do I want to be left, right, in the middle, long, short, and then the next shot is going to count as well. It's a challenging course, of course, but play it safe, keep it on the fairway. That's the trick right here.
I don't know if I'll ever fully know if I'm doing the right thing, because I feel like I can always do more. But one thing that I learned earlier this year was just, if you can just help someone and then go out and reach just one more person, that's something that stuck with me, was just one more. Just see if you can touch one more life. Like, don't be like, I want to change the world, I want to change this. Just change one life. And that goes such a long way, because if we can all just help one person, I think we'd be set.
It's Thursday, we're here for the second round. I say we're, but it's just me. And seeing the course in some sunlight. Yesterday was a sloppy mess. Today it's actually playable. And I still got a stable buzz, so that's good. Double mando. Go driver just so it's easier. I'll introduce my caddy, but more importantly, my barber, Jan. He's from Finland, west side of Finland now, huh?
Yeah.
And been cutting my hair for a couple years now. What we were just talking about, 2016 was the first time?
Yeah, I think it was 2016.
2016?
European Open.
Yeah, at the barbershop there.
Yeah, I used to work at Tampere, near Nokia.
Mm-hmm. And my first time there, I thought it was kind of a joke because they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna go get a haircut at Dick Johnson's. And pull up there, and Jan was working, and it was Eagle and I, and we went, got our haircuts. It was awesome. He reminds me so much of my brother with the tattoos, obviously. And then after, they gave us some ball wax. Never knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ball wax.
Yep. And
funniest thing, I didn't even know who Paul was back then.
That's true. Yeah, you were like, who's this nerd coming in here?
Who are these guys?
But yeah, you'll get to know Jan as the round goes on. So thanks for being here. You were at USDGC last year.
Yeah.
And here you are. Skellefteå, or how would you say it?
Skellefteå.
Skellefteå.
I don't know.
All right. It works for us. Cool. Thinking piping a force right down the middle. babied it a little, but that's what I wanted. Oh, it's definitely flippier because that flipped up on that little power. Consistency. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You out here redesigning this tough place or what?
I've designed it, yes.
You did?
Yeah.
That's pretty tough.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm his barber. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, he actually is, so it's good that you said that.
Have you played the course? You played it last night, right?
Yeah, I tried. Too much rain, too many mosquitoes.
Yeah.
You know, the normal. But it's
I don't know what's up with the rain. Every time you're here, it's like dumping for
Yeah.
days.
yeah. Oh, I'm trying to figure out this distance right now. It's a dry pond. So far, the pace is good. On hole 8 now. Playing a lot quicker than I anticipated, which is good because then I can come back through, see it again, and then go do some field work versus what I originally thought was one round and then go field work because it's going to be slow. But yeah, this is nice. If I can be done by 1 or 2, it's going to be plenty of time to play another round, see it, and then still go throw in the field. It's the best design we've played so far on the Euro Tour. It just doesn't have any of the elevation change and things like that. It's kind of just a flat course, so it's a great challenge. But yeah, that's the only thing that's would be keeping off my top 5 list. It's the only thing it's lacking. It's funny throwing a big flex shot, but it's like what fits this fairway. Yeah. And then with the wind, it's real easy to throw something like that to fight the wind. Oh, I pulled it. Hurry. The course is very Charlotte style with the way that it lays out. Oh, actually, I'll throw the Captain Raptor from here. Probably carry one of those. That's what I was trying to do. Athena, but I gotta keep it below this wind coming up here. Oh. Oh. And then putt from there. Same pocket. Sure, sure.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
Elvis. Elvis? Oh yeah. I don't know what's changed about it. Oh yeah, they lost distance on the basket, so now it's shorter. Still just as challenging, but a par 5. Just get in front of it. That's what you were aiming for. No. I want to putt it like that, but I don't want it to be like this. No. I need to just suck it up and throw the zone. Even though I hate throwing zones on shots like this. It's like a wind tunnel. Last one. 210. Ooh. That's what's making me hit my line. Oh, just think about hitting a forehand in pickleball versus throwing a baseball. No, couldn't leave on a good one, huh? There. Finished the walkthrough. This was a lot better of a practice round than yesterday. Yesterday I felt like a waste. I learned 0 yesterday. Today, worked on my game, worked on my strategy on this course, how I'm gonna attack it, and gonna go back to the Airbnb and change my bag around because I threw very little of what I actually put in my bag today because I thought it was an all driver course. Nope, very fairway heavy, so I'm gonna go grab lunch, back to the Airbnb, then come attack it one more time. So, see you in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the first major we had back in 08, that was huge, you know. When we started to build, expand the course, 2006, we had one goal. We're gonna have like a major tournament here. And when, Dave Feldberg, Ken Climo, Doss, and all those old guys today, when they signed up, I was like, yes, I'm gonna see Ken Climo in my home course. And from there, we went on to have another major in 2010, and Jesper Landmark won that one with our Latitude discs. So I have a lot of memories, but I also have forgotten a lot of it because so much and changes have happened over the years. I mean, and some, Latitude is mixed into the course.
With Latitude 64 here, they are a strong partner for us as a club, of course. It's nice to have like a close partner. It's easy just to meet up, we know each other, we can have like physical meetings, things like that. But we try to keep Skellefteå Discgolf the non-profit and Latitude 64 the company. So, but we are good friends and help each other out in different ways.
It's a smaller group of members that have interests in different areas, and we come together and create this tournament. It doesn't matter if you're a local top pro player or a new member, everybody comes together, and I think that's the best thing within the club, and I think it's the best thing within the disc golf community overall.
Oh wow, it's incredible. The competition is awesome to see. We will have an awesome final round, and I hope Paul will really be focused for this.
I hope it's gonna be a tight fight between Paul and Lauri. It is challenging, it's hard, but it's also fun.
It was so fun to make the courses and see all the players and do everything.
It's a cool experience, as I said, to meet and talk with these people and just see how they are in person. And they've, as I said, been very kind and generous.
So day one, I shot a 7 under. Felt like I should have been 7 under through the first 7 holes. I was driving the disc well, but just couldn't put it in the basket, and kind of slowed down. I think I was 3 or 4 to start through that first 7-hole stretch. Just never got into a real rhythm. Had a bogey on 15, was able to close out, birdie 16, birdie 17, and then miss a putt on 18 to shoot an 8 down, which would have given me a 3-stroke lead. Where realistically I was like, man, I should be leading by 5, 6, or 7. Just didn't take advantage of that like I should have day one.
The question came in, I think, November. I think every other year we always have like a standing question if we want to arrange a bigger tournament. But with the new Euro Tour, we thought it suited us well, since we had the national championship, and especially with the new team. As an organizer, we need to take one step at a time, like regional tournaments, national tournament, and a Euro Tour. It was the next step, and it was a new challenge.
We're really happy to be able to be a Euro Tour competition and challenge ourselves and see what can we do this, can we do bigger?
DGPT is coming, DGN is coming, everything else. Wow, this is gonna be huge. And then suddenly, Paul McBeth signed up. Well, okay, now we have to step up. So my reaction was like, hell yeah, we can't make, we can't fail. That was my first. Now we have to step up. We have a good course. We have, I think we're going to have a great tournament, in the future, even bigger one.
So round two, Lowry just started out absolutely on fire.
Up next from Finland, sponsored by Latitude 64 and Friba Store, Lauri Lehtinen!
I was over par through 7 holes, and he was quite a few down. So he caught up quick and then got himself a lead. But I was able to battle, stay close, and then I knew on the last 3 holes, those seemed to just be my holes, 16, 17, 18. I bogeyed 15 again, but I was able to birdie 16, 17, and I was able to catch up and tie it up going into the final round. And Lowry and I had a 5-stroke cushion on 3rd place. Yeah, I felt like going into the final day, it was just going to be him and I.
Seeing all the people coming here and all the people that are competing, that's mainly why we do it, for the players, for the spectators, for ourselves, of course. But the more people, the better. So, I mean, that's why you do a lot of hours to prepare and make it like the best event you can do. Just for everyone to have the best time of disc golf they can have here at Discgolf Terminalen.
I mean, it's fantastic just to go around and this year I'm not playing myself, so I don't have to worry about that. It's great. Just watching people talking about, Paul and wow, we made that putt and it looks so easy and so on. And of course they're gonna go out, next week and try to imitate them or play as good as them, and it's just so cool to see those guys play on this course.
All the time and effort we all together have put in prior to this event, it's all worth it. I think it has been like tough days prior, but when you see people arriving and are amazed about the course and leaving good feedback, everything is worth it. You get the opportunity to create good things for others.
having Paul here is get the Euro Tour higher status and prestige to win. If you win against Paul as a player, as well as a spectator, you want to see the best players play, and Paul is definitely one of those. So I think he had a lot of spectators and a lot of value to every competition that he goes to. And I'm very happy that he's here to play, and also to hear what he thinks about our course and our facility. I mean, he's been playing for a long time and been to a lot of places, so if he thinks that this course is nice or hard or easy, I found a high value on his what he thinks about what we do here.
Like I said before, he has a huge impact on the Euro Tour, because suddenly people will travel from country to country, which we didn't really do like 5 years ago. I could be wrong, but I have the feeling that if you have those big guys, Paul included, of course, traveling in Europe, those guys or Paul will drag other, people traveling as well, and suddenly we have a really, really great tour also in Europe. It's not that easy. I mean, people are, complaining almost like about Paul. He's going to Europe and he's going to cash in or whatever. It's not that easy. They are really good over here, especially the Finns are crazy good. So you can't just show up and, cash in. Not going to happen in Europe anymore.
As an organizer, I was really happy to hear that he will come to Europe and do the Euro Tour. I got the feeling that he want to come and play the European style of disc golf in a way. And due to COVID, some of the American players hasn't been able to come to Scandinavia and Sweden and Finland, particularly the last 2 to 3 years. So it was time, I think.
So final round, Lowry and I tied. This time, I didn't start off hot. Parred 1, parred 2. Hit a big birdie putt on 3. At that point, Lowry had already made some mistakes. I had already gained quite a few strokes on him. It was the exact opposite start for him, round 3 as it was round 2. He struggled early, but he was able to keep fighting, get back into it, and we kind of just pushed, and a lot of opportunities were there to be had, but neither of us could capitalize on them. It came down to kind of 15 again, kept it in bounds this time. Lowry kept his in bounds. He had about a 45-footer hit off the cage, and then I had probably about a 40-footer to take a 3-stroke lead with 3 to play, and putt went right through the basket. It was a little left, but those have been sticking all week, so to see it go through in that moment was not what I wanted to see, but I just knew that 16, 17, and 18 were my holes. I just had that confidence in how I practiced them and how I knew I was playing them in the event so far. When I got to those with 2 strokes, 16 threw a perfect tee shot, perfect up shot, and then my 3rd shot, I just kind of was in some mud and just pulled it and ended up taking a par where I could have taken a stroke because he didn't throw a great tee shot, kept himself out of position a little bit. And 17, he was throwing before me, and he put on the island. And if you know anything about islands in 17, it can be stroke swings quickly. So he put his on the island, bullseye, and I had to step up right after him, and I put mine just outside the bullseye on the island, converted that, 2 strokes now on 18. He threw his shot a little bit right out of position for birdie, so I knew if I could just get up and down for par, I mean even bogey, but par definitely sealed it, and threw my drive right down the middle. He threw his 2nd shot trying to get way up there for the birdie. He didn't throw it as well as he could have, so I know it was a boring play. I could have tried to flex a forehand in there, make the crowd go wild, but decided to just lay my zone up. To the right. And then throw my Luna from there and have a drop in on the elevated basket. To seal the win by 2 or 3 over Lowry.
Skellefteå Open champion presented by Latitude 64, McBeth.
And James Proctor absolutely shredded the final round, shot 11 down. Scott Stokely as well shot a 9 down. So I'm happy some people shot very well on that course because I felt like it was out there, but it just no one could get it to click. After I tapped in on 18, I had the kind gesture of the gallery singing happy birthday to me because it was my 33rd birthday that Sunday, July 9th.
Just wish him a happy birthday by singing Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Paul, happy birthday to you.
Just an incredible moment that I know I'll remember for a long time. Another win, back-to-back wins in Sweden. Feels great. I'm just looking forward to the next 2 coming up because now the Americans are arriving, the top players from Europe are showing up. They're not skipping them anymore, and it's gonna be a big battle in Norway for the PCS Open, an Elite Series, and then one more stop in Finland for the major. The warm-up's over. You know, it's been a great time in all these events so far, but this is kind of what we've been working towards. You know, we've been playing all the Euro Tours. I've had an absolute blast. Loving playing all these courses, these wooded courses, and just the different style and the switch up because the course that they have up here is just, it's incredible to see what they've done this far north in Sweden, and just being able to see, you know, where disc golf can be. This is the course, if I had to go back and play again so far for a tournament, would be the one that I played. So the warm-up's over. It was what I dreamed Norway would be. Just mountains, water, cool little like towns where you just see houses on the water. And it was about an hour drive from the airport to Vestnes, and just beautiful, beautiful. A lot of fun to battle. Makes me excited because this is the first Elite Series in Europe ever, and this is the time to be clicking and having everything work because nothing but big events from here on out.